Assalamu alaikum. I am Nurul Huda and I am here to present the link budget analysis. And my other group members are Kanza Ahmed and Sabah Wakar. So the first step in designing a satellite is to measure its performance, and performance measure is done by the satellite link budget analysis. The link budget will determine the size of the antenna, the power of the power amplifier which is required, the link availability, and the bit error. The link budget is actually a very simple addition and subtraction of gains and losses within an RF link. When these gains and losses of various components are determined and summed, the result is estimated of end-to-end system performance in the real world. So the link budget is to predict the performance and to see whether if one option is better or the other option is better. So as it is said, the link budget is very important. It is to measure the EIRP, the gain signal to noise ratio, the bandwidth which is required, the attenuation factor, latitude and longitude, the modulation type, and uplink and downlink frequencies, and antenna size, and receiving gain and frequencies, minimum digital signal strength, and bit error rate. The satellite link is defined as the link from earth station to satellite and from satellite to earth station connection. The earth station to satellite segment is called the uplink and satellite to earth station segment is called the downlink. The performance objectives are to calculate the BER for normal operating condition and link availability, or the percentage of time that the link has BER better than specified threshold level. So transmitting earth station consists of the uplink, satellite, and a downlink, and the receiving earth station consists of the antenna gain, the noise temperature, and many other equipments. And uplink consists of path loss and rain attenuation. Satellite consists of the noise signal to noise ratio and effective isotropic radiated power SFD, which is saturated flux density. And downlink as uplink, it consists of the path loss and rain attenuation. Now for calculating the gain of the antenna, the formula is this, and where in this formula lambda is equal to C over F, where C is the speed of light and F is the frequency, eta is the efficiency, D is the diameter of the antenna. And these are the values for different parameters like the C, which is the speed of light. The satellite link consists of the three segment, the transmitting earth station and the uplink media, the satellite and the downlink media, and receiving earth station. The satellite link is consists of many variables. The first variable is EIRP. EIRP is very closely related to the flux density. Rather, flux density is measured at the away from the source, while EIRP is power rating, which is calculated from the source from the transmitter.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Kenza Ahmed. Continuing with the variables in the link budget analysis, we have path loss. Path loss is basically the amount of signal attenuation due to distance between the satellite and ground station. This is the largest loss in the link. The greater the distance, the greater the path loss. Higher frequencies suffer more loss than the lower frequencies. Next, we have polarization loss. The transmitting and receiving antennas are usually polarized to permit frequency reuse. Pointing loss is basically the loss, the amount of signal due to inaccurate pointing of the antennas. Atmospheric loss. Atmospheric loss is the amount of the signal that is absorbed by the atmosphere as the signal travels from the satellite to ground station. It varies with the signal frequency and the signal path length through the atmosphere, which is related to the elevation angle between the ground station and the spacecraft. Rain fade is unique in the link budget because it is derived from the system specification instead of being dependent on the natural elements of the link. Therefore, the link budget will list a maximum rain fade of 6 dB and minimum of 0 dB. If the link is designed to this budget, it will have an additional 6 dB of link margin to compensate for a rain fade. Next, we have rain fade effects. If the actual rain attenuation exceeds the rain fade margin built into the system, then the degraded performance or the loss of the link may be unavoidable. Another effect of the rain is signal depolarization, and this effect is really addressed in the link budget. The depolarization of the signal will cause a small increase in the polarization loss, but can cause a large loss of polarization isolation. Sun outage. Sun outage occurs when the Earth station, satellite and sun are aligned. Hence the suns appear directly behind the satellite, and this would result in an increase of the system noise temperature of the receiving Earth station. Next, we have carrier to noise ratio. The last two items we are going to include in our link budget are the ground station antenna and LNA. These two items are not really variable but are constant that design engineer will select. The antenna gain and the LNA noise will be combined into a single parameter called gain over noise temperature. Next we have thermal noise. Thermal noise basically consists of three parameters: K, T, B. K stands for Boltzmann constant, T is the equivalent noise temperature, and B is the noise bandwidth of the receiver. Noise and effective temperature. There is a difference between noise and effective temperature. Noise temperature consists of the temperature of antenna, feed losses, and the feed temperature, whereas the effective temperature consists of TS and TE, which are system temperature and the equivalent temperature. Being a first stage in the receiving chain, LNA is the major factor of the system temperature calculation.
Now coming on to link analysis. For link analysis, we have to calculate the C by N ratio of the uplink, the C by N ratio of the downlink, and then we get a net total of uplink and downlink. The formulas for calculating the C by N ratio of the uplink and downlink are given in the slide. Next comes the energy bit per noise power density. It is the performance criteria for any desired bit error rate and is the measure at the input to the receiver. It is used as the basic measure of how strong the signal is actually. It is directly related to the amount of power transmitted for the uplink station. The formula for calculating the energy bit per noise power density is shown in the slide. After that comes the carrier parameters. Carrier parameters are used to calculate the performance of the carrier. The energy bit per noise power density threshold, and it depends on the bit error rate and also the rain attenuation. Bit error rate is used to represent the amount of errors that are occurring in a transmission, and it expresses the link quality. Bit error rate is actually an equipment characteristic and is directly related to the E by N ratio. Bit error rate improves as the E by N ratio improves and gets larger with the power. P is actually the probability of error and it is calculated as given. Next comes the rain attenuation. Rain attenuation is directly proportional to the bandwidth. As the bandwidth increases, rain attenuation also increases. Therefore, for having greater bandwidth, we need to have greater rain margins. So, in C band, the rain margin is greater than Q and K bands, that is 99.96 percentage. Link performances. The link performances consist of the uplink budget, the downlink budget, and then calculating the overall budget. The uplink design is easier than the downlink. In many cases, earth station could use high power transmitters. The downlink budget contains the elements that select the desired radio signal and then demodulates the useful information. And then the overall budget is the last step in link budgeting. It consists for a band-pipe repeater is to combine the two link performances and compare the result against the minimum requirement. It is also called the threshold value. Now here is an example of link budget. The uplink consists of EIRP, which is 47. The net uplink losses is minus 177.3. The satellite receiver, the G by T ratio is minus 17. The Boltzmann constant, as you know, is minus 198.6. And the uplink 3 by C by N ratio is 51.3. The required EP by N ratio is 11.7. The downlink consists of the EIRP, that is 27.7. The downlink losses are minus 190.1. The G by T ratio is 15. Boltzmann constant is minus 198.6 and the downlink ratio is 51.2. The overall budget of uplink and downlink is 48.2. The data rate is 30.8 in decibels and the total link has E by N ratio of 17.4. Then the margin comes out to be 5.7. Here are the references. Thank you so much.